about Lil Tay. So tell the people about Lil Tay, I want to hear your assessment of this nonsense.
Lil Tay, uh,
Yeah,
I think her mom did something that was I won't say it's stupid. I'll say it was I don't know. Am I using this word wrong? Unscrupulous. Very
unscrupulous. No, that's a good
yeah, something
term. Yeah, that's
not
good.
like a not ethical from a parenting or a business standpoint. But so she was a real estate agent, and
The mom
the mom, and she
who
was
was managing her, right?
who is not what?
Who was managing her, right? Her mom was managing her.
I mean, as much as I think her mom literally did this. I mean, managing. Yeah, I get. Suppose she was because she filmed her on her phone and made a
Right,
viral video, and she did
right.
it using the homes that she was listing for sale, which were like really high end, expensive New York homes, right? So like you, that's why she had all that shit in the videos, all that stuff that was at someone's home that was for sale. That was like some loft on some crazy building in New York, and using all those things and just various props, she made. I mean, she just reverse engineered culture. It was like, what is everybody like? As soon as you saw that, like, I could have told you that would be like a famous thing before it happened. You know what I mean? That's all these little kids are listening to, and like that's the culture nowadays. Like Lil Pump and stuff, and that's basically what she's doing. She's like a little girl pretending to be Lil Pump without the music, just like in action. And people like people had so many questions. Is Little Tay actually rich? One part of the video, she just says, "I got it all." Flipping bricks. She literally says Little Pump lyrics like "costs more than your rent." I got all this stuff, and it's just a meme. It's a like living, breathing meme, and reverse engineered culture. Now she's getting fired, but I'm sure like
Now
it's.
explain that reverse engineer culture. Explain that.
I mean, I hate using the term the culture, but I mean like the trends, the things, like the way things are moving forward, the vanguard of whether you like it or hate it. That's where the change is happening, and in there, that's where the big gems of overtime will come out and all that. And part of that is this, the although her name's Lil Tay, like a little pump, a little Xan, a little Skies, a little Peep, a little this wave of SoundCloud rappers that are just trying to be kind of almost in like the Eminem-ish sense where they're being crazier than ever before and they got all these crazy looks and it's just the wave, it's what's happening. Some of it's really good, but anyways, playing off that's what's popular, that's what kids are listening to. Every little kid knows that Gucci Gang song, as I'm sure you know as a father. Every kid knows
Yeah.
all the words to that song. That is that music. If you hear kids talk, it's crazy. That trap is like the music of children. You know what I mean? Like I saw Migos here, and it was all fucking kids in the
Yeah.
audience. I was like, damn. Like there were adults for Future, but most of the Migos people were kids under the age of like at least 18. There's a lot of 16 and stuff years old. There were a lot of 12-year-olds and shit. And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a weird thing.
I think I think this is probably I'm not gonna say it's like the saddest shit
It's not the
ever
saddest shit
because
ever.
there's a lot of sad shit, but I think when you talk about reverse engineering culture or appropriating the culture, as some people like to call it, I just think this is bad parenting.
Yeah, of
I
course it's
mean,
bad parenting.
so what I see a lot. So my youngest daughter Ellie, and actually all my kids love YouTube. My kids, for the record, have never heard that Gucci Gang song and probably never will. I'm probably too overprotective of what they hear and what they see and things like that, but that's my prerogative. But what I see on YouTube is a lot of parents filming their kids. And I think it's become this fine line of like exploiting your kids or because everything I see is like you're giving your kid, your 5 year old, your 6 year old, hours of them being on camera and you're recording them. So what does that teach them? Over time, it teaches them that the only thing that's important is to be seen through a camera. And it bugs me like my kids are beautiful. Like they're just beautiful. But I'll never put them into anything that will shove them into the limelight like that or get them attention
Especially not of their
until
own free will. Like that's the biggest thing. A kid can't make this decision at this age. They don't understand what it means to want to be big on
and,
YouTube.
and that's my point. And that's my point with I have friends that I know that set their kids up to be the center of attention. And it's nothing wrong with kids being recognized for things that they're good at.
Yeah, their talents.
But but what parents are doing now is they all know YouTube, like that little guy. Have you ever heard of Ryan's toy review on YouTube?
Nah.
Okay, so Ryan is this like 7-year-old Asian kid, right? And he's got a really nice family, it seems like. And their YouTube channel last year pulled in $11 million. And so
Damn.
that's become a trend now on YouTube where parents will film their kids doing a bunch of different activities, and because their kids are so cute and because other kids can relate, like my daughter has watched every single episode that family has had, and they've probably had 150 or so episodes.
Damn.
And so it works. And so now I see more and more families doing that, and it scares me because I'm like, nah, man, you don't need to be in that kind of a spotlight until you're old enough mentally to handle it. That's why all these child stars, like the 90% of child stars that go fucking crazy. I think the only one off the top of my head I can think of that didn't turn into a fucking whack job was Justin Timberlake. That's like the
Right.
only one I can think of that like didn't have and he probably had all sorts of issues we didn't know about. So
At the same
yeah,
note,
I
I
don't.
think everybody's just kind of crazy at those ages, and these people are just in a position to go crazier.
No, but my point is, if you have good people around you, you can contain it.
Right. If you stay humble and you keep people that knew you before you were big, I think that's a big
But,
one.
but that's a lot of where your parents come in. I mean, I know at a certain point you can't control what kids do, but like if you, her mom was enabling her to do this. She gave her the platform. She thought
It
it was
seems
so
like she
cute.
made her. I feel like I seen a video. I don't know if I'm making this up or if like I dreamed it or something, but I feel like I saw a video that was like a behind the scenes video where Little Tay was like, I don't want to do this right now," or something like that, and her mom was
Well,
like
and I'm
making
sure that
her.
happens a lot. I'm sure that happens a lot with these kids. I mean, think about it. Like I'm talking to you about this Ryan kid, right? I can guarantee you he's looked at his parents and said, "I don't feel like doing this." I mean, they record episodes like once a week, and to record those episodes, just like we talked about with the 3 minute music review, like we talked about the kind of time that takes to make these episodes. That takes a lot of time, and then editing, and then maybe they got to do like 3 scenes. They got to reshoot stuff. I mean, I don't know that it's good for these kids. Then again, this kid also has $11 million in the bank now, so
Yeah, it's a weird way. You know what I mean? Like in the end, is it good or is it bad? I know that I agree 100% agree with you because I would say probably the biggest advantage you can have in life, I think more than even being rich or whatever, is being having good parents. So many people just don't even have both parents. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, and it's crazy how much that'll fuck you up. Like I'm not saying if you don't have both parents, you're not gonna be a good person, but I can tell you, like, I have a good friend of mine who went to Fed for a year, and he's a good guy, like he really is. But like he's got a lot of friends that are like from that life still before and stuff like that. And he was telling me that one time they were all sitting to get together. This is actually a story from when he was in prison, and he was saying that like one time him and his friends in there, like all sides or something, were talking. They were just trying to figure out what they all had in common, and they said the most common thing you'll notice with all these people is they don't have dads. They just don't have a
Yeah.
dad. Like, and it's like it's crazy how much that'll mess you up. And a lot of people maybe have a dad, but when your parents use you as a status symbol or as a way to make money or as a means to some sort of end or anything, I just don't think it's a plan for I don't know fucking up your kid, bro. Like,
Well, and a lot of people have weird expectations of their kids too. Like a lot of parents, for whatever reason, have weird expectations of their kid. Like
they got to do
I just
something.
expect my kids. I just expect my kids to keep their rooms clean and do good in school. Like that's the expectation of a child. I mean, I feel like that's normal. You know, you shouldn't expect your child to like want to sit in one place for 3 hours. They're fucking kids. Kids don't do that. I
Right.
mean, it's like and I think parents just and they want to be famous so bad, like living vicariously through their kids. Like my son Landon is big and he's he could be really athletic, but like if you don't want to be, all right, you gonna try it. You don't like it. You don't like it. But I'm not gonna force you into something that you're gonna resent me for. And that's what a lot of these. That's why we got so many broken, situations out there, man. And it's stuff like this that makes me sick. Like to me, she shouldn't have kids. This lady's mother shouldn't even have her kid. Like you're not
Right.
making
I
good
100% agree.
decisions. You're not making good decisions on behalf of this child. You're letting her be a bad person. Like we can all see it.
Real shit.
Like you know what I'm saying, man? So I don't know. I'm gonna pray for that little girl, man. I hope her life isn't messed up. And now her mama lost her job because she was, I guess they was posing in them fake houses and well, not fake houses, but
I
houses that
bet you
weren't
know she's
her.
gonna get paid off Little Tay still. Like
How? I mean, what does Lil Tay have?
attention, massive attention. We all know her name. She's gonna. You could use her
But
to advertise brands, just even on the internet. You get paid out heavy for that, for the amount of attention that she has. She can command dollars, easy.
how many followers? I'm gonna look. You know how many followers she has?
I don't know, but I here's what I do
I'm,
know. We're talking about her right now. We know her name. If Nabisco tomorrow had Little Tay in a commercial, it would. You know what I mean? Like whoever did it,
oh, I'm not trying to DM her. I'm trying to look at her, and it's taking me. Don't want to do
bro.
that.
You're about to get
Yeah,
the.
I'm about to get a knock at my
You're
door.
about to get.
No,
Why don't you take a seat over there? You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. Oh yeah, you ain't lying. She's got about 2 million followers,
Yeah, it's
man.
no
I
joke.
didn't.
Massive.
And so she raps. Is that
No,
what she
she didn't
does,
do
or like what?
nothing. She just made funny videos on the internet. Or she, it really was. Honestly, I would say this at the same time. Like the things that I think are messed up, like you said, the bad parenting and the mom doing that sort of thing. I don't think the content of the video is really that bad. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not. It's just her saying little pump stuff, like whatever. Who gives a fuck? I've heard kids say way worse shit. If you think your kids don't know cuss words and what sex is, like at a certain point, like I think I was about that age when I figured all that shit. It's not that she said anything sexual, but I mean just saying over drug
Right.
themes. She was talking,
Yeah.
you know,
She
like
was.
heavy adult content.
Yeah.
They know it. They're not stupid. They can't maybe handle it and they don't really understand the gravity of what it means. But your kid is fucking around and saying dumb shit and acting retarded with his friends, and that's what they do. That's what I did when I was that age.
Well, and you know what? In my opinion, see, so I think you're like the more I get to know you, I think your mental process sometimes is like the ends justify the means, right? Like sometimes if you get into the bag, you got to do some things.
I think that there's
That,
no. I think I see what you're saying. Getting at. I would say the way I would phrase it is more like there's no point in trying to fight a current. Like you can't ever change a current. That's just the way the water's moving. You can't go to the ocean and push back away. You know what I mean? Like so why not just swim and enjoy the ride and just live life and give what the universe gives you. You know what I mean? Like I can't change like when we were talking about the market. Like you can't change a market. So just like work with what it is, you know? Like if you were this is the last thing I'll say about it, and then you jump right in there. There's a
no,
saying that I read about it once, and I'm realizing kind of how it's relating right now but it was talking about like a lot of things about what it means to be a professional artist and like there was a guy the guy was telling a story about how he was golfing and he had he has a friend who's like a pro golfer and they had like this old Irish caddy with him that like knew all this shit about golf and he I don't know he did some fucking golf swing hit the shit and then the wind took it and it fucked him right but it was a windy day and then he's like ah man the wind took it I'd have had that shit you know, or like kind of some shit like that. And the Irish dude, the old Irish caddy says, "Well, we've got the wind now to play with, don't we?" Like, you know what I mean? Like that's the end of it, though. You got the wind. So whether you're gonna bitch about the wind or say like, ideally, if I had it, it would be in these conditions, or I don't like the way it is. It's the way it is. Like, and that's my thing. Like, I wouldn't put my kid in the shit Little Tay was doing. But when I was Little Tay's age, I was going over to my friend's house because my mom wouldn't let me listen to Eminem and listen to Eminem at his house. You know what I mean?
well,
So,
and
like,
yeah, but you also don't like give up on doing the right things just because you know the wrong things are out there. Like of course she's gonna get into things. Of course, kids are gonna learn things they shouldn't. Of course, they may try smoking weed. Of course, all these different things. But just because it's gonna happen doesn't mean you just go, well, it's gonna happen. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think you got to
Like in,
prepare your
in
kids
this
to make
case,
the right
this case,
decisions and show them that trust. This is something different. This is like I'm just saying the actual content of this isn't what I find upsetting. I don't think.
no, I agree. I agree. Because yeah, I've seen her videos. All she's doing is talking shit. Like
Yeah,
she just being like she's being outrageous. And you know what? At the end of the day, here's the reality, and this is the thing I like about you because you always bring it back to this point. If they eating better than they were eating before, I mean, I don't know. I
yeah.
guess it's to be determined what kind of person she becomes. But just because she starts off like this, if this makes her have enough money to do something constructive, maybe she turns around when she's 20. and does something even better, or like opens up a foundation for something. So it's all we just can't. She's 9 years old. I mean, I don't think this is a great start for her. But one thing I will give Danielle, was it
Hmm.
Bergoli? One thing I give her credit for is she took that Catch Me Outside shit and turned it into a $6 million record deal.
Real shit.
So you can like talk whatever you want to talk about it. Like and I don't think the way she went about it was like the way that you would go about it ideally. I think, but at the end of the day, she still was able to take what people viewed as something horrible and turn it into a blessing for her and her family. So